All right, all right, all right. I guess we can start this conversation. Hold up, let me turn my video on. Okay, so as you guys read the topic, and I'm going live with a different program because anytime I use the other software, it goes out. So I'm gonna go live with this program. So the way that I show things on the screen works a little bit differently in this program. If you guys are just tuning in, you see the title of this live or this live discussion. I used to have these Nique hot topics a lot more frequent a few months back. And so I want to bring the Nique's hot topic thing back to my channel and discuss, popular trending things with you guys, have a live dialogue and things like that. The topic that we're going to be talking about today is the events that have resurfaced in regards to Cardi B and this whole, video that was posted online of her saying that she drugged and robbed men. And then as a result, then the surviving Cardi B hashtag and things like that. I've noticed there were a lot of people excusing her behavior. And then I noticed that there are people who wanted to mute her. So I wanted to go over and have a live discussion where I allow you guys to call in, give your thoughts on the topic and things like that. But before I start that, I want to read some things that I jotted down because y'all know once I get going and once I get started, I'll get like off topic. My mind will go this way, that way, and then I'll start going into other things. So I wrote down some important points that I want to share first before I open up the phone lines. And I have a couple of things that I want to point out before I open up the phone lines. So let me go ahead and read that because these are, I was like, let me write down exactly what I want to say so that once I get on live, what I want to say doesn't come out jibber jabbered and things like that. So shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Make sure to hit the like button right now and share that I'm live with your friends. That would help a lot. Okay, so I want to have an open discussion about whether this whole Cardi B situation would play out different given different circumstances. On my community tab, I posed the question of whether or not the bias in this Cardi B situation of her admitting to drugging and robbing men was a gender double standard or a colorism double standard. Because if the tables were turned, the outrage would be different and it would be a very little amount of excusing it. But before I open up the phone lines and before we dig deeper on this topic, I want to read Cardi B's statement. Then I want to make a few points clear. Then I will open up the phone lines. So let me go to her statement. Okay. So now I'm going to show you guys her statement of what she had to say. And then after that, I'm going to, point out a couple things and then we'll jump right into this whole topic. Okay. All right. So let me go to it. Okay. And now let me put it on the screen so that you guys can see it as well. Okay. So let me share my screen. Okay, so you guys can see it on the screen as well. Cardi B has since deleted her statement off of her page. So I'm going to read it off of Power 105.1. So, okay. So it says, so I'm seeing on social media that a live I did 3 years ago has popped back up. A live where I talked about things I had to do in my past, right or wrong, that I felt I needed to do to make a living. I never claimed to be perfect or came from a perfect world with a perfect past. I always speak my truth. I always own my shit. I'm a part of the hip hop culture where you can talk about where you come from and talk about the wrong things you had to do to get where you are. There are rappers that glorify murder, violence, drugs, and robbing. crimes they feel they had to do to survive. I never glorified the things I brought up in that live. I never even put those things in my music because I'm not proud of it and feel a responsibility not to glorify it. I made the choices that I did at the time because I had a very limited options. I was blessed to have been able to rise from that, but so many women have not. Whether or not they were poor choices at the time, I did what I had to do to survive. The men I spoke about in my life were men that I dated, that I was involved with, men that were conscious, willing, and aware. I have a past that I can't wait. I have a past that I can't change. We all do. Okay. So that is her statement. And at the bottom, she's saying, you know, she said, I was involved with the men. So she's saying she was involved with them and that they were conscious, they were willing, and they were aware. And then she says, I have a past that, you know what I'm saying? And that's true. We all do have a past. We all have a past. So, you know, for that, I will say that part is true. Okay, so, and then, you know, because I jotted down everything I wanted to point out. The last line of that statement of her being in a relationship with the men she is saying she drugged and robbed as a means to survive is an insult to my intelligence, which, like, I was looking at that and I'm like, is she really insulting my intelligence talking about she was with these guys and she was involved with them and stuff like what? But I had to write down everything I wanted to say, so I don't, you know what I'm saying? I stay on point with y'all. Okay, so because if you were dating them, why drug them? But that's neither here nor there. Now let me make a few points clear and I will open up the phone lines and allow you guys to call in. Okay, so the number one point that I want to make is I'm not on a mission to cancel Cardi B or come to you with fake outrage. My job as a blogger is to bring to you the stories and topics that are trending, and within that, talk about news topics and gossip topics. So with Cardi trending, I want to have this discussion with you guys and, you know, get your input on it and open up the dialogue so I can hear from you guys instead of you guys only hearing from me, etc. Before we start this discussion, I want to be clear on this subject matter. In the clip, Cardi B never said she raped anybody, which I pointed out to you guys in the Surviving Cardi B video. The words raping men never came out of her mouth. What she said was she would basically act like she wanted to have sex with the men whom their intentions were to consensually have sex with her, but instead she drugged them and robbed them. So in this discussion, we'll talk about drugging and robbing men. A lot of people have mixed it up and started saying that she's like raping these men, but that's not what she said. So I'm going to stick to what she actually said in the video. Point number 3 that I want to make. A lot of people have been comparing the situation to Bill Cosby, but the situation, although they both involve drugging somebody, are a little bit different in context of the situation. But however, did these, I'm over here reading my own words wrong. Okay. Both of them did shit that wasn't okay. That's what I was trying to say. Okay. And then point number 4. I was jotting this down like real quick so that I could get on live and talk to y'all. So the bottom of that got a little scribble scrabble. Anyway, so let me see how many people are tuned. Okay, so I see y'all in the chat, and somebody just said wrong is wrong, period. Correct. China Love says she didn't mention money. I mean, robbing people, you robbing them for their assets, whether it be money or not. But let me continue. And those of you who are tuned in, definitely share this video, like this video, and I'm appreciative of your comments in the chat. But let me continue. So the 4th thing that I want to point out to you guys is this cancel culture and selective outrage needs to stop. I don't agree with this whole selective outrage things, like picking and choosing like who we want to be outraged about. Like, okay, I'm going to be outraged about that person, but I'm not going to be outraged about that person, but I'm going to be outraged about this and not that. This whole cancel culture and selective outrage, it got to stop. As a culture, When things are morally wrong from this day forward, let's address it. Let's address things that we see that are morally wrong when it happens, not find out. Wait, let me just read what I wrote. Okay. Let's stop this thing of hearing problematic things and dismissing it up until somebody gives us the green light to be outraged about it. And let's be clear, my coverage of this has not been from a we need to cancel Cardi standpoint. My coverage has always been to report to y'all what's trending, show you guys what's going on in the internet, and within that, give you guys my opinion and what I observed from the situation. And within that, I've shared how the tables would be different if this were a man. And I've pointed out the fact that that I'm not excusing the behavior. It's simply pointed out. Also, within my coverage of this trending topic, I've pointed out how Cardi is her own worst enemy. At times, she'll put stuff out and then play the victim. Also, I ain't saying, wait. Oh, also, it ain't me saying on we need to cancel her. So I'm like, also, I'm not trying to like cancel her either. But so now let's get back to the point that we need to have our own brains. If you are truly outraged, then by all means, you have every right to be, because what she admitted to was a crime. But we just need to stop this selective outrage. And I hate to bring up R. Kelly, but I have to use him as an example in this situation. So, you know, I had like whatever. People overlooked his behavior up until the media told us to pay attention to it. What I'm trying to say with this point is when we hear things that are morally wrong, let's stand on our feelings and be in our feelings when we hear our moral compass go off, not when somebody tells you to make it go off. If it's morally wrong, it's wrong. Wrong is wrong. So what I'm saying is like the R. Kelly situation, a lot of people knew about this stuff when it happened. We knew that there was this tape. We knew that everybody continued to support him, continued to, you know, adore him and things like that. When the media then says, hey, you got to be outraged about this. Like, let me put together something and help you be outraged on things that you already knew about, things that you were already aware about. Let me now make you be outraged. And when this Cardi B situation, okay, what she said is wrong. And like I said, I'm not excusing it. I'm not saying that it's okay on anybody to do anything. And within R. Kelly, as much as y'all like to say I'm an R. Kelly supporter, I have always said the things that he has committed a crime on are the things that he needs to suffer the consequences of. But I'm not going to be outraged because y'all want to be outraged about things that, you know, have already been out there. But my point is, let's not be outraged when somebody tells us. When we hear Cardi B say problematic stuff, let's not wait till, you know, somebody says, okay, now be outraged about this. So now we're all outraged about it. If our moral compass goes off, if we feel like, which everybody should feel like, having sex with an underage child is wrong, let's stand on those feelings and let's, you know, call it out when it happens. Don't wait till somebody tells us. If we hear Cardi B say problematic things, we need to hold her accountable for it when it happens and not wait till, you know what I'm saying? We want to pick and choose when we want to be bothered by the things that she say, even though she says a lot of problematic things. You get what I'm saying? That's kind of the point I'm making. I don't know if I kind of got jumbled out. And lastly, now that I made those points, I'm going to go to my community tab. I'm going to read a couple of the comments on my community tab, and then I'm going to open up the phone lines after that, because there were a couple of good points on my community tab that I want to point out. And then we'll open up the discussion on whether or not there is gender bias or colorism bias with this whole Cardi B thing, because I personally feel like if it was a dark-skinned woman or if it was a male, the outrage would be a little bit different. There wouldn't be anybody excusing the person. And I commented back on a couple people on my community tab. So I'm going to show you guys a couple of those things, and then I'm going to open up the phone line. So hopefully Y'all got y'all phones ready to call in because I definitely want to hear what you guys have to say. So let me go over to my community tab and pull this up. Hold up. Okay. All right. Let me go back. Okay. All right. Okay. So let me pull this up so I can share it with you guys. And this different program, it don't work the same way as the other one. So it takes me a little bit. Okay. Okay, so this is my community tab. And the question that I asked on my community tab is the same one that I showed you guys in the beginning of this video. Is the bias against Cardi B drugging and robbing men a gender double standard or a colorism double standard? Because both, if the tables were turned, would be different. A dark-skinned woman admitting she drugged anyone and robbed them would be dragged through the ringer and back. And the same if someone was the opposite gender and a man. So I'm at a toss-up on how things would play out if flipped either way. And to be clear, I ain't fake outrage or trying to cancel Cardi because there are different problematic things that men say that get overlooked too. I'm just asking from observation. So now I'm going to view the comments. I'm going to sort them by the oldest to newest because the oldest comments are the ones that I commented on. And then we will, like I said, open up this discussion. Stevie J says she shouldn't get no pass, but at the same time, oops, I didn't mean to dislike that. Did I just accidentally click that right now? I didn't mean to dislike you, Stevie J. Anyways, so she shouldn't get no pass, but at the same time, this effing society is so damn sensitive. It's a shitload of Cardi B's out here, hitting niggas for licks. And then he put, oh, don't be calling out Paris. He tried to call out Paris, one of my subscribers. Anyways, and then so I commented back and I said, I agree on the people being sensitive and faking outrage, which is why I am like, let me be clear, but I do want to have dialogue because people are selective in their outrage and sensitivity. So then I want to go to King James, which he's actually my Facebook friend. And, you know, we be having like dialogue back and forth. And I definitely respect his opinion. So I'm going to read you guys that and I'm going to read you my response. So he says, more gender than color, in my opinion, because a lot of why people love Cardi is her personality. She's a sweetheart with a shady upbringing, very smart and accepts all her flaws. There's just not anyone dark-skinned to compare her to. Tiffany Haddish is as close to her personality as I can think, and she's not very dark-skinned. It's really about how many people like her than if she's dark or not. So then I had to, you know, let me elaborate for you or let me help you a little bit. So I said, well, since you don't have anyone to compare it, I'll help you out. When the city girls who are Black women and one has dark complexion, the other brown complexion, when they say the same things, they get dragged and not excused for any of it. Azalea Banks tells people who she is and is very vocal. Nothing she says, even when she makes valid points, is overlooked. She is held accountable for everything she says and does. See where I'm going with this question mark? But I do agree it's about who likes who. And because you are liked, people will dismiss stuff. But again, would another woman be liked for the same? And so what I mean is, if a brown-skinned woman were to have the same bubbly personality as Cardi B, said the same exact things as Cardi B, put in the same amount of work ethic as Cardi B, she would not be viewed the same. She won't. She just won't. If you look at, and I don't really follow the girl, what's her name? Suki Anna or whatever. I don't follow the girl Suki Anna or whatever her name is, but she's ghetto and raunchy and ratchet the same way. And she is nowhere near viewed the same way as a Cardi B at all. And she's a dark-skinned woman. And, you know, and Azalea Banks, as much as people don't like her, she says and she tells you who she is. She has this personality. She's very vocal. She talks on topics. She, to my opinion, she does make some valid points, but then I'm not gonna lie, there are some things that are kind of contradictory at times, and I don't agree with her tactic all the time, but she is held accountable for everything she does. There is no excuse for nothing she does. Everybody slams her, drags her, and when Cardi B does similar things that Azalea Banks does, she has all the excuses in the world. She has all the excuses in the world. And that's just the society that we live in. And as much as people want to try to say colorism isn't a thing, you know, there isn't a disadvantage for dark-skinned women, that's a lie. So I just want to elaborate on that. But let me go back to the community tab and read a couple more comments. And then I'm going to open up the phone lines for you guys. Okay, so let's see, because I think I commented back to somebody else. Okay, so Alicia Red says, not defending her, but that is strip club culture. She was 18, 19, 20 years old, and that's what she knew and was taught to do. She told on herself and is remorseful about it, just like the others have told on themselves about being drug dealers and scammers. But where are her victims? Question mark. Okay, so I'm going to stop her right there. I'm going to stop you, Alicia, right there. Cardi B has not showed remorse. In her statement, she did not apologize. She did not say she was remorseful. She did not say she felt bad about doing those things. Cardi B said, I did what I had to do to survive. Even though there are many, many people that come from the hood and they make it out and they don't resort to robbing people and drugging people. I got plenty of family members that are hood, that came from the hood. You know, a lot of them work, get jobs, and do what they have to do. Now, I'll go back to her. I just had to, you know what I'm saying? I just had to clarify that because I did not respond to that part in my comment to her. So I just wanted to make that part clear. Cardi B she has not been remorseful. She didn't say she felt sorry for it. So I just had to correct that. Anyway, so she said Cardi B is just like the others, told themselves about being drug dealers, scammers. She was remorseful. Okay. The fact that men were willing to pay for P, like she said, was the reason, but they committed a crime as well as she did. It's effed up, but now she needs to take accountability for her actions. But wait, she just said she was remorseful. Okay. All right. I don't know. Okay. But this has been out and was not a secret. It's just the fact someone reposted it in a malicious way is the problem. Where was the outrage when she initially posted it? I'll wait again. Others have said ish after they got endorsed and lost those endorsements. The difference is she been said this and those companies should have been done the research, or maybe they did and it was no secret that she a hood chick and they still gave her endorsements. And she has never spoke on it while being endorsed. Like she said, she don't promote that part in her music. It's her past. Yes, she should be held accountable. And whatever happens after it, it's on her own accountability, but we all know it was done in a malicious way. So here's the thing. It doesn't matter if it's done in a malicious way or not. It's words that she said. And once they resurface, they resurface. Kevin Hart, he made statements about gay and homophobia, and he lost his snub at the Oscars of hosting, and he got a lot of backlash. And what he said was way further back than what Cardi B said. So, you know, people are held accountable differently. But let me read to you guys what I actually replied to her on this post. The fact of it being strip culture, because at the beginning, she said she's not defending her, but you know, women drugging and robbing men, that was strip club culture, and Cardi was 18, 19, and 20. So I replied and I said, the fact of it being strip club culture, I understand, but listen to these next words clearly. Even though it's a strip club culture, it would not be dismissed as being strip club culture if it was a dark-skinned woman. Now, let's get to what I said. I ain't out here acting fake outrage because there are problematic things men do. Men say that are overlooked. Yes, I definitely said that above, but you probably missed it. So I had to be clear. There are problematic things but from my observation, I'm wondering how this would play out had the skin or gender been different. And that's the question. And that question does not take away from it being problematic if men do it. Okay. So, and then another person made a really good point that I want to point out, and then I'm going to open up the phone lines for you guys. Sarah Oba, I don't know if I'm saying that right. Sarah Oba says, oh, wait. I can't help but think that if it were a man that did it, we would be victim shaming / blaming a bit more. The usual questions like, why were you there in the first place? Wait. I can't help but think that if it were a man that did it, we would be victim shaming / blaming a bit more. The usual questions like, why were you there in the first place? ? Why did you leave your drink unattended ? And why didn't you report it sooner ? Would be asked. But that said, I don't think any sexual assault is okay. I'm just saying that even though I disagree on Cardi's methods, I understand that she's acting like a lady, that she was acting like a lady, but thinking like a man in a man's world. Okay. So I thought that that was a good point because, you know, when these women come out, when these survivors come out, these victims come out, those are questions that are posed, and people will say, you know, why didn't you talk sooner? Why didn't you come out sooner? And things like that. So I just wanted to read a couple of those things and give a little bit of context on the conversation. And now that I've done that, and every time I be trying to rush through like reading this crap and I be flubbering, but y'all know that's why some of y'all love me and that's why some of y'all don't like me, but it is what it is. Okay. But let me open up the phone lines, the call-in number. Let me open up phone lines. I'll share with you guys, and I'm going to share with you guys in the chat the call-in number and things like that once I open up the phone lines. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And thank you guys for commenting in this comment section. And if you like what you hear so far, definitely hit that like button. But I haven't been able to really read what you guys are saying because I've been trying to, you know, get through this. Okay. Okay, so the call-in number, hold up, let me set this up. Okay, so the call-in number is 605-468-8756. And then once you call 605-468-8756, the access code is 284538. So let me type that in the chat for you guys so that you guys can call in, and then we can get the discussion going with you guys. So the call-in number is 605. And with the other program, it's so much easier to like navigate through like different things. But this one is a little bit tricky. Okay, 605-468-8756. And the access code is 284538. Okay. Okay. So I'd like to take some calls. I'd like for some of you to call in. It is not a video call. It's just a random phone call. You just call in from your phone, and then you give your thoughts on the topic. So the call-in number is 605-468-8756. Access code 284538. 605-468-8756. Access code 284538. And until somebody calls, I'm going to read what you guys are saying. Oh, wait. Nope, never mind. Somebody just called in. Oh, wait. 2 people called in. Okay. All right. Hold up. All right. All right. 760, you are live. What are your thoughts on this Cardi B topic?
What's up, Nique? This Dominique.
Oh, what's up? What's up? What's up? This is my friend, y'all. What's up?
But now my topic on this, I think.
Oh, turn off your background. Whatever. Okay. Me talking in the background.
All right. No, I think Cardi B is a cash cow right now for the industry, so I don't think that they'll be going at her. But once she's no longer useful, I think that she'll be dealt with just like R. Kelly, like Bill Cosby and Michael Jackson.
Okay.
And honestly, because I feel like there's an agenda out against men, I don't think that if it was black, if she was darker hue or not, that they'll really be going at her like that, to be honest. Because I remember somebody posted something about Nicki Minaj, where she was talking about pretty much raping or date raping a dude in her songs, and nobody was outraged about that. So that's my opinion.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I hear what you're saying. So basically, you just like, you know, they're gonna start caring about it once she's no longer useful. So later on down the line, they're gonna start using these things against her, is what you're pretty much saying.
Right.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for your call. I'm gonna take the next caller. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for supporting your girl. I see you over here on my YouTube and stuff.
Yeah.
All right. All right, bye.
Good job. Yep.
That's my friend in real life, y'all. Okay, 202. What is up? What do you want to? Well, first of all, what's your name and where you're calling from, and then what are your thoughts on this topic?
Hi, this is Monique. I'm calling from Washington, D.C.
Hi, Monique.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
I'm a new subscriber to your channel, and I can say I'm really enjoying what I'm hearing.
Oh, thank you for subscribing.
I wanted to call in because I feel like I'm glad that people are starting to take notice of some of the problematic things that Cardi B has said, but I still don't feel like it's enough outrage. I know for me, it's not selective outrage because I've been commenting on, Cardi B's behavior since she, came on Love and Hip Hop.
Okay.
And the thing that's like really disappointing to me is because as a woman, I really was invested in this Me Too movement. I really believe in this Me Too movement. Mm-hmm. And just to see that men aren't really getting the same respect or the same outrage, it's kind of disappointing. And I'm starting to think that this whole Me Too movement was fake. Mm-hmm. I mean, say what you want to say, even though she's not admitting to, in the first video, she's not admitting to raping men. But in the second, when she talks about transsexuals having oral sex with them, that's rape. Anyone forcing someone to perform oral sex with them while they're drugged and unconscious is rape.
That's true. That is true. I didn't think about it that way. That's definitely true.
People aren't really, upset. And then I kind of look at this Cardi situation as R. Kelly 2.0. Because like the previous caller said, the music industry is making excuses for Cardi, and I'm noticing that there is a big cover-up in this music industry, just like it was for R. Kelly. Because R. Kelly was a cash cow and it was profitable for them to look the other way, a lot of them were paid to look the other way, they're doing the same thing with Cardi now. And it's just, it's sad. We just watched a documentary of surviving R. Kelly and everything was done to not stop him from continuing to do what he does. And then we sit there and we do the same thing when it's a female predator, and it's not fair. When I was looking at The Breakfast Club, Ebro in the AM, Everyday Struggle, I was really surprised. Well, I wasn't surprised, but I was disappointed that those commentators were sitting up there and making excuses for her. But there are rumors that, they're being paid by her and the record labels. I don't know if that's true or not. But you just sat here and you just slaughtered R. Kelly, and then you turn around in the same week and you make excuses for a female predator. It's the biggest cover-up in the music industry that I've ever seen. I was on Twitter and people had to literally at these bloggers, these online magazines. People had to at them to get them to even comment on this Cardi B story because they were literally silent. Even CNN and MSNBC, who praised her as a champion, silent. And it's like I think the only reason they're reporting on her now because so many people were pointing out their cover up, and that's literally what it is. And I really hope that they are exposed because if there's text messages between Cardi B and Offset paying YouTubers who are supposed to be paid by Google and YouTube to sit here and run stories in their favor and that don't reflect poorly on them. What is the difference between what people are complaining Donald Trump does when it comes to the Inquirer? You complain about that being illegal. They're doing the same thing, and I hope that they're exposed. And let me tell you how powerful Cardi B and her team is, and how powerful this cover up is. I was on Twitter yesterday posting about this surviving Cardi B. Do you know they suspended my account?
Are you serious?
People were on. Yes, they did. They suspended my account. I'm never on Twitter. That was the first time I was on Twitter. I was on Twitter yesterday. No, the day before yesterday. I used it for professional
reasons.
I follow certain people for professional reasons because I'm a software engineer. But I'm not on Twitter for social media purposes, music purposes. And so when I was on there, a person that's rarely on there posting about this whole surviving Cardi B, they suspended my account.
Wow.
And then other people were talking about how they're suspending people's accounts, and I'm like, wow.
That's crazy. I never. You're the first time I heard about that. I'm not really much on Twitter, but I'm gonna let you give your final thought on the matter, and then I'm gonna go to the next phone call because there are a lot of people waiting on the line. But I really respect your perspective because you are bringing some valid points to the conversation and some points that I didn't think about that way or didn't even know about the whole Twitter thing. So I'll allow you to give your final thoughts, and then I'm gonna go to the next caller.
Okay, and just the last thing that I have to say is that I think that her and her team are using intimidation and bullying tactics against bloggers, and if she's allowed to get away with this, what we got to think about, what does that mean for other people on YouTube that's going to start to have this start censoring themselves, and it's just really not fair. And I hope that people at those shareholders that are in Pepsi, find out who the top shareholders in Pepsi are and her other endorsements, and at these people because this is ridiculous.
Okay.
We have to stop this.
All right. Thank you so much for calling in. I really appreciate your call. I'm going to now go on over to the next caller, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye. Okay. So next caller is 619. You are live on the air. What's your name? Where you're calling from? And then what are your thoughts on this topic?
Hello.
Hi, how are you? What's your name? Where you calling from? And what's your thoughts on this topic?
Because I didn't catch my number, but my name's Tasha. I'm actually Mills Prime Variety Reality Show in your comments.
Oh, okay. There's so many comments going by. I can't even really look in there.
I know, but I'm on your thing like all the time. You and Tasha K.
Okay. What's your screen name again?
My name on YouTube is Mills Klein Variety Reality Show. It's
okay.
a long one. And my emblem or whatever, the photo is like the acting mask is like the drama mask, and then it has our name in it. Okay, but anyway, yes, I agree with you wholeheartedly. Cardi B is wrong. I don't agree with anything she's doing. When you guys started reporting on her, I think I heard Tasha K reporting that she had called black women roaches and monkeys and shit. So I was done with her after that. That was all I needed to see, hear it from her, read it with my own eyes. One thing I'm struggling with right now is why are we calling this like a color thing when Cardi B not black? I know she looks black. She looks black. She sounds more ignorant than any ghetto black person I've ever met. And she identifies with us in our music and our black penis. However, she don't like black people. So how is this like why are we saying like the color thing with it? I really don't get it because she doesn't view herself as black. I don't view Cardi B as black. I view her as like a Mexican, a Panamanian, a Dominican, or somebody akin, one of them type people. So when we're throwing race into it, I don't see like what does dark skin or light skin have to do with it. Right is right, wrong is wrong, and I don't think it's really like people are giving her an excuse because she's light skinned.
Okay, I'm gonna interject. I'm gonna interject really quickly. Okay, so and then I'm gonna let you finish your point. So when people bring up color like myself, it's because Cardi B, she is Afro-Latina because you know, I think she's Dominican and she's Afro-Latina. So yes, she is you know, Hispanic or whatever, but she's also from, you know, Afro-Latina as well, from my understanding. And then when it comes to colorism is a light skin, dark skin thing, but it's also an out of the race thing. So people discriminate based on darker skin tones and they glorify light skin and people who are not black, who are like what they call exotics and foreigns and things like that. But I'll let you give your you know, your
I'm struggling with it because I think in your comments, I was like, man, if Cardi B was a full-blood black-ass Indian, and I mean one of them Indians from India that look like pavement, would we still be having the colorism talk?
There's colorism in every community. There's colorism in the Asian community. There's colorism. Colorism means discrimination against darker skin tones.
So meaning that if we feel, or you feel, if this was a darker skin tone woman, it would be different. I kind of feel like if it was Mary J. Blige, it would be the same. Like, I think people are just being ignorant, like, because it's a woman and who she is. But so that was my whole thing. I think she's guilty. I think her herself doesn't identify with black at all. She's calling us roaches and monkeys in the street. That's why I was struggling with, okay, well, she don't even consider herself black. So that's where I was coming from. But love what you're doing.
No, I get it.
She's guilty. She needs to be in jail with everybody else. Chris Stokes needs to be in jail too. I don't know how R. Kelly went to jail before Chris Stokes, and he's been on the map for at least 7-9 years. So I don't know. But thank you for what you're doing. I love your show. You guys are awesome.
All right. Thank you for calling in. I really do appreciate you viewing and engaging in them comment sections, girl.
Take care.
All right. Bye-bye. Okay. So next person, let's see. Hello?
Hi.
Hi. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Malika, and I'm calling from Pennsylvania.
Okay. What are your thoughts on this whole Cardi B topic?
My whole thought is this. I'm not a Cardi B fan. What I'm going to say is I like her music. I like a lot of people's music. I feel that everybody is putting a lot of energy into Cardi B. Let's focus our energy on the man that's sitting in the White House that's governing over us, that said far more worse things than this lady ever did. And I have a friend that looks exactly like Cardi B, and she's black, and she's from Trinidad. Okay? People are taken because the hate for her, because of one person, because Cardi put out this lawsuit. Let's keep it on the eye. That's between Cardi and that person she put that lawsuit out. And because of the hate, they mixing everything up into one. Put your focus on the White House, because that man that's governing over our lives and what we do, that's where everybody needs to focus at. That's the issue. That man needs to go. So we waste our time and our energy on the wrong thing. I'm not saying what Cardi did is right. Everybody have a past. But you had that man say he grabbed food and all types of stuff. And I ain't see the community jump up and
well, people have been outraged at Trump. There are a lot of Trump outrage.
No, I'm not saying that they're not. But
we the people did not select Trump. We didn't select Trump. So he was won by the, you know.
That, but we as the people, if you're gonna do something that's gonna fight for the justice system, for our rights. We got a lot of our brothers that is incarcerated for things. that is like far more new for what's going on in America. I'm just saying, let's concentrate on the real focus that's going on. Don't be distracted by somebody else's situation. Let them two ladies figure their things out. That's all I'm really saying.
Okay.
That's between Cardi and Tasha. That's all I had to say.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for calling. I appreciate your input on it. I think there's outrage too on Trump, but you know.
Nique, I love your channel. I watch you every time you go live. I'm just a quiet watcher. I'm just tired of hearing about Cardi.
Right.
I want everybody to focus on something else that's more prevalent. Let's focus on this election that's coming up. Let's focus on what we need as a people. The hell with Cardi. They're going to protect her regardless.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I'm saying. Fight for what's really right. Forget this. This is crazy.
Right. It's wrong though. It's still a crime.
In jail.
It's still a crime though, but I feel you.
It's a crime. I'm not saying it's not a crime. I'm not saying it's not a crime. Because if it's a crime, where are the law? Where's the person that wanted to file suit? You know why they're not going to file suit? And I didn't want to disclose what I do. I'm in the criminal justice system. You want to know why they don't want to file suit? Because they was out there soliciting sex. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact. So if she did something wrong to them, tell them, go, don't be scared, go in the Me Too Act. Go on out there and file your lawsuit. Go on.
Okay.
What you did.
All
right,
right,
love you.
All right, thank you so much for calling in. I'm gonna go to the next caller, okay? But
okay.
But hey, I value everybody's opinion. You know what I'm saying? Everybody I want to hear from everybody. So thank you.
I just wanted to I'm an older woman. I'm just tired of hearing about it. Like, we need to fight for what's right. And everybody is entitled to their own opinion. I don't care if people don't like what I agree with what I'm saying. I'm not here for life or dislike.
Okay.
I'm just here to wake people up on what's going on in life.
All right. And thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye. Okay. Let's see. 330, hello, what's up? What's your name and where you calling from? And what are your thoughts on this topic?
Deanna, I'm calling from Akron, Ohio.
Okay. And what are your thoughts on this Cardi B situation?
Okay, y'all ain't ready for this. They do this all the time.
Mm-hmm.
All the time. This be going on, this strippers, drugging people, getting them too drunk and robbing them.
Mm-hmm.
I accidentally seen this happen before, and I was nervous as ever. I'm like, wait, what y'all doing? No, you can't do that.
So you saying you witnessed somebody drop? You saying you witnessed somebody?
I have actually, like some strippers, like actually doing that.
Okay.
But I mind my own business. I'm just like, no.
So you just let the person get drugged and robbed? You say nothing?
I ain't know none of them. I just seen it happening. You don't involve yourself in things like that when it's people that's like selling drugs, like higher up people and strippers. You don't involve yourself in those kind of things. You might see it, but you ain't gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna say nothing.
Okay.
I knew one of the chicks that was doing it, and I did have a conversation with her later on. But she ultimately was telling me that it's a real big thing. I should probably just mind my business, and that's exactly what I did.
Okay, so within you seeing that, what is your take on the situation?
My take on the situation, it is not okay. It's dead wrong.
Mm-hmm.
My problem with Cardi B is, why did she even have to say all of that? She didn't have to say any of that.
Well, she don't have to say a lot of things. She say a lot.
She do say a lot. You're right about that. Yes, ma'am, she does. She talks way too much. She needs to be thinking a little bit more before she starts speaking.
But I just wanted to come on and tell you how much I really love your show.
Thank you.
I love it. It's a little bit different than the others. You don't drag everybody that much. But I mean, I do. I love your opinion. I love your show. I just wanted to share an experience that I've seen, more than once. And it really does happen. It happens a lot. But Cardi B needs to shut her trap. She's talking too much.
Right. I agree with that.
All this
All right. Well, thank you.
It.
Thank you for watching my show, and thank you for tuning in. And I really do appreciate you calling in. I'm gonna go to the next caller.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye. Okay, 352.
Hi.
Hi, what's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Michelle and I'm calling from Florida.
Okay, and what is your take on this whole Cardi B situation?
Well, let me just say first, not this caller, but the two callers before. So the first one, Mexicans, we are Black. All of us are Black. Mm-hmm. So I'm just letting her know that. And also, there's colorism in every culture. Okay?
Right.
If you're Jamaican, there's colorism there. If you're Indian, if you're light skin or dark skin, there's colorism there also. And also, with the other one, when she's saying that we should think about Trump, that's a different platform. We're talking about Cardi B here. I think that she's wrong for what she did. She needs to grow up. She needs some professional in her camp. Her publicist should not let her be on social media like that. And also, she's young. She didn't even have kids back then. For her to be struggling like that and think that what she was doing was that she had to do it, the way she did it back then. You didn't have no kids. You're single, you're young, get out there, get a job.
Right.
That's how I feel.
Right,
so
right.
She's wrong, and it's a double standard. You know what I'm saying? She should take responsibility for what she did. And that's it. She needs to grow up. She's young. And with the first lady saying that she don't like Black people, her husband is Black.
Right.
So, she needs to take accountability. That's the way I feel.
Right.
I am 55 years old. I'm old. I'm not into rap music and all that, but I'm seeing it coming into social media. So I just felt like I had to make a little comment on it. Okay?
Right. Well, thank you for calling in and giving your comment on this situation. If you have a final thought, then I'll allow you to share your final thought, and then I'm going to go to the next caller.
We just need to get ourselves together as a Black community. That's all. Get ourselves together.
Okay. All righty.
Right,
well,
thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay. 773.
Hi, Nique.
Hi. What's your name and where you calling from?
From Chicago.
Okay. What's your take?
I just wanted to say, as far as the race thing, I'm with the lady. She's, we all say things at the heat of the moment. I don't think she has anything against Black people. Like she's saying, her husband is Black, her baby, you know what I'm saying, as well. I think that Cardi's problem is not so much as being young. She can't, this fame stuff is very overwhelming to her, I think. You know what I'm saying? There's some things you just cannot say. It's like, you can't fight everybody.
Right.
And as far as this, or at every blogger, because that's their job to do that. You know what I'm saying? She want to fight everybody. This thing will be the demise of Cardi. It seems like this will run her crazy. She just cannot take criticism at all. That don't seem as though she can. As far as the lady saying about her paying bloggers, that's nothing. You know what I'm saying? They famous, and if they wasn't, it wouldn't be a big deal. So if she want to pay somebody so that they won't put out a certain story, that's fine. But as far as her speaking about this incident about robbing, that was not a smart thing to do. And the thing is, I think it's a couple of men. I knew it was going to happen. I think they said about 2 men came up so far talking about it.
I seen one. I didn't know that. I don't know about another one, but I did see that there was one man that did say that she did rob him and stuff. So I don't know about two. I did see one though.
Okay, well maybe it's just one. Maybe it was just a one, and I seen him on different channels talking about it. But yeah, Cardi, she have to realize that it's a thin line between love and hate. And the reason that we accept Cardi so much is because we can relate to Cardi. People that's been through a lot, you know, and all the obstacles she's been through, you know, having to be in a strip club and on the streets, and and then to come and to make it, to overcome all of those things, and to be where she is today. We looking at her like the hood hero, you know, like, oh wow, so that this is why, you know, that we take her, we respect her, and she just needs to start respecting herself a little bit more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As you say, you just can't say anything. You know what I'm saying? It's a thin line. You can't just say anything that something she can talk to her girls about. But once it's this social media thing. This social media is going to be the best of everybody, because they don't realize, you know, that it can come back to haunt you, as it did, you know. And this thing with Tasha K, you know, I don't know, you know, I can't say they're not in court, or I don't know what the outcome would be, but if I was to be there, I would, you know what I'm saying, that I don't think Cardi would, you know what I'm saying.
You starting to the last part that you start saying, it starts to get jumbled together. I was like, wait, what did she say?
No, I said, and as far as this thing with Tasha K, I said, you know, she had to really come, you know what I'm saying, with some honor, with, you know what I'm saying, because Tasha K should be on her shit, you know what I'm saying. And I say, I don't know what the outcome would be, but if, you know what I'm saying, if I was to think what the outcome would be, it just wouldn't look good for Cardi as far as winning this case, because of all the things that's going on and things that she's admitted, you know what I'm saying, on social media, the things that she said, you know what I'm saying. And I'm just saying, you know, I do not dislike her, you know what I'm saying. I like Cardi B. It's just that she just cannot put a muzzle on it. You know what I'm saying? She cannot refrain from, like, where the people around her. Who does she have around her? Like, I'm thinking that they may try to talk to her because her PR, I forget her name, but she's just as bad as Cardi. You know what I'm saying? Come on. I know that, you know, we all got a little ghetto on it, but when we come from, we grow up, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes, you know what I'm saying, where you are now, she should tell her is, you know, you have, you know what I'm saying, to let that go a little bit, you know what I'm saying? You can say something, but it's just some certain things you cannot say. Okay. But maybe, you know, she be telling them that they can't tell her what to do. I don't know how that goes, but I just think she needs some better people around her, people that's really there for her, that's not telling her, yeah, go, yeah, say this, say that, yeah, because they like you because you say this and you keep it real. Yeah, we like you because you keep it real, but sometimes keeping it real can get your, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, well, sometimes keeping it real goes wrong, very wrong. So I'm gonna let you give your final, what you want to say finally, like your final statement, and then I'm gonna go to the next call.
Okay, that's all I wanted to say is, you know, what should I pray for? Thank you, Nique.
All right, thank you for calling and tuning in.
Okay.
All right, bye. Okay, so I have several callers on the line. Like I want to hear all of you guys out. I want to hear what everybody has to say. I want to get to as many people as I can. But I want you guys to come, state your like what you want to say a little bit faster for me. I don't like to be rude and cut people off, and I don't want to be start cutting people off and stuff. So I just say that to the people that are on the line. Let's kind of, say what we want to, our points a little bit quicker, if that makes sense. So 317. Hello? Hi, what's your name and where you calling from?
My name is Sammy, and I'm calling from Indianapolis, Indiana.
Okay, and what's your take on this situation?
Well, I'm going to say real short. So my thoughts is, about what she said about dragging men and things, she should be held accountable for that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think right is right, wrong is wrong. And just because she is Cardi B and this big star, she shouldn't be overlooked.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I am a fan of Cardi B.
Right, okay.
But just like I'm a fan of R. Kelly,
I'm not going to just say, oh, well, we're going to just move on because they get who they need. No, they should be able to get it. They do. They did it. So they should do the time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically just my thoughts on it. So, George.
Okay. Well, I agree with you on that. Is there anything else you want to say?
No, maybe. I thank you. Good night.
All right. Thank you for calling in.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye. Okay. 773. What's your name? Where you're calling from? And what's your thoughts on this topic?
Hi, my name is Peter. I'm from Chicago. And I want to start out with saying that Nicki Minaj gave her the best advice when she said, watch your man and then you should watch your mouth. Because it looks like her mouth is getting her in a lot of trouble right now.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're going to have a discussion about colorism, we need to discuss privilege. Mm-hmm. Cardi B and her team knows how to market privilege. They understand privilege of how she markets herself as a Black person or as an Afro-Latina. She needs to quit the antics because her career, her start off in the rap game was to combat against Nicki Minaj. They used race, they used her age in order to mark herself as someone younger, someone who who is racially ambiguous. Mm-hmm. This has been a race war since the beginning of this entire beef. And Cardi B is not innocent. We have let her get away with a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. All the fighting, all of, not just fighting with Nicki Minaj by throwing a shoe, but with the stripper girls. Then how she said Black Swan was on drugs and was so unapologetic or sympathetic. Like we let her get
away wait, Black Swan. Is that the makeup artist that she that came? Is that who you're talking about?
Yes, the makeup artist, Black Swan.
Okay.
She she did these makeup not just once but twice. They asked her back, and then later on, after her video that she did a year before it became viral, that's when Cardi B wants to address things when it's presented to her for convenience. Her mm-hmm. team has consistently been trying to do damage control because Cardi B is pretty much problematic. And I believe that she probably signed a 360. That's why she's in our faces like crazy. If you see how she argued with the Shade Room, she argued with with TMZ, but they took their time in presenting the hashtag surviving Cardi B. Mm-hmm. She has also there's receipts right now coming out that she has paid the blogs and also intimidated them. She's nothing but sympathy and payola. Mm-hmm. But that's all I had to say.
All right, and lastly, before you go, are you a Barb?
A Barb? Okay, so I'm actually the same age as Cardi B.
Okay.
And I'm 26, and I consider myself grown. I'm treated by my family as an adult. Mm-hmm. I don't understand why everybody sees her as some type of young person, but I wouldn't want to call myself a Barb. I think they have that group or gang because how they act is a little bit childish, and that trolling nature is not enough. I'm a big fan of Nicki Minaj.
Okay.
Big fan, but I do understand how business works and also race relations. Because I'm in college. My major is history and Latino studies, so I can see the racial aspect of this.
Uh-huh. Okay, I just wanted to ask that because I'm like, is this a Nicki Barb? But I get it. I understand. I understand all of the points that you've made, though. Like, and the reason why I pointed out were you a Barb because a lot of the points that you made are a lot of the points that a lot of the Barbs made. Like when I was reading through a lot of the hashtag surviving Cardi B, and I was seeing the screen names, and then I was seeing what people were saying and the points that they were pointing out. A lot of it was, it was like, wait, how you gonna, what I'm saying, this and that and that and that. So, yeah, I just wanted to say that. But thank you so much for calling in, and I would love for, I gotta do this more often where I allow you guys to call in because I really enjoy hearing your perspectives on things. I really do.
No, thank you for having me. I appreciate this.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye. Okay, 856, what's your name and where you calling from and what are your thoughts? And you have to cut off if there's, I think I hear echo.
Okay, you can hear, okay. Hello, my name is Bernadette and I'm from New Jersey.
Hey, Bernadette.
How you doing? I have so much to say, but I'm going to try to break it down. Okay, in the strip clubs in New Jersey, Camden is like one of the most dangerous cities in America. Okay, there's a lot of gang violence. There's, stripping. There's guys that get girls and they run trains on them. I mean, there's so many people that do so many illegal activities. In Philadelphia, the strip clubs. There's a strip club in Camden. That stuff goes on a regular, daily basis. You're taking a risk when you leave with a stripper because they all about their money. They're all about their money, okay? And they don't want to have sex with you, okay? So you're taking a risk when you leave that place. You don't know if you're going to get robbed. You don't know if you're going to get, suck up. You don't know what's going to happen, okay? And when you say, listen to a woman for sex, that's just as guilty as her robbing you. So it's a double standard. Okay, and the woman that spoke about Trump, it's very true. We have a man in the White House that admitted to saying he will shoot somebody in the middle of Fifth Avenue and still become president. He did not ask permission. He grabbed the women by their, okay? He paid off so many people so many women for having sex with them.
Thank you guys who are donating in the chat. I really appreciate it.
People are locked up.
Right.
R. Kelly, Bill Cosby's wife. They canceled him. He's out of here. So it's just like, I don't want to look at it as a light-skinned black or because Cardi B, she's Trinidadian. She's African descent.
Right. Well, it's not just that. It's a gender bias as well. Not just a color thing, but gender bias also. But I feel you.
What you mean I'm gender biased?
No, not you. I'm saying the topic where it's not, it wasn't just on colorism. Because a lot of people have called in and said that it was kind of to point out whether or not the situation there was bias because of her gender.
Trying to explain to you that, okay, on one accord, there's the women that get the men for money, but it's the men that solicit the women for sex.
Right. That's true. That's very true.
And then the guys that run train on women that buy drugs. Okay? So it's just like, I've seen it all go on. And it's sad to say that that's where we're at in America today, but it's true.
Right.
So that's, you know what, Nique, I love your show. You know, it's a good thing that you're allowing people to call in and speak their, how they feel. But that's how I feel. That's my feelings on it today. It's a sad thing. I love Cardi B. I love her music. I love Nicki Minaj's music. I like her work ethic. I love all of that. You know what I'm saying? But she does run her mouth too much. She needs to take it back. And like you said, Precious and all them on her team and Offset, it's crazy. It's a mess.
Yeah, it's like it just doesn't seem like there's anybody to balance it. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta have somebody to kind of, everybody can't pop off. You know what I'm saying? There gotta be somebody that's gonna be like, okay, I'm the person that's gonna be level-headed.
Pull the curtain back. All right, this is enough. The show's over. Right. You know what I'm saying? It can't be an ongoing show. Keep it moving with the same thing. No, okay? She got to balance. And you know what? When these people make it, she never thought she was going to make it this big, okay? It should be some way where they should be, like, taking classes on how to, because she comes from the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? Like, from the dirty low down. You know what I mean? And people say, but people got to realize also that's what she was used to doing. She was young. She was impressionable. She probably just did what she seen other strippers doing.
Yeah, doesn't make it right, but I hear you.
Got that. It doesn't make it right. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm saying, that it's wrong on both sides.
Right.
Because he solicited her for sex. So So he got anything that was coming to him.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And I don't want to be like, you know, it's both for this on both sides is wrong.
Right. Yeah. It's
wrong. And that's all I got to say. I know you got other callers. Thank you. Bless up.
Yeah.
Enjoy your show.
Thank you so much for calling in. And thank you guys for those of you who are donating in the chat. While she was talking, I tried to kind of say thank you. And I didn't want to, like, you know, just abruptly cut her off. But thank you for those of you who are donating in the chat. Miss Parker Lynn just donated right now as the woman stopped. And she said, she says, Latina women feel a superiority. They date black men, they date black because they believe they treat them better. Joe Biden's wife has stated this claim and on air. Stop straddling the fence for convenience. Cardi she don't love for B females. Okay, so I guess you meant like black. She don't got love for black females or whatever. All right, so I'm gonna go on over to the next caller. If you guys want to call in and you're tuning in, the call-in number is 605-468-8756. The access code is 284538. I'm gonna place the call-in number in the chat. If you guys want to call in, you simply call in with your phone. You add that access number in to your phone, and then you'll be, you know, put in a queue to then talk about this topic, and then I'll answer. I'm answering as the calls come in. So you'll be put on a queue, and then when it's your turn to talk, then, you know, I open up the phone lines. So 318, what's your name? Where you calling from? And what is your take on this topic?
My name is Lisa, and I'm calling from Dallas, Texas.
Okay, what's your take on the topic?
My take on the topic is that I feel like Cardi is getting off because of everything everybody else is saying. Like, if you look at how the things are playing out, people only have to make an accusation on a black man and say he did something from being victim to that happening in my own family.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not true, but they always get slammed in jail, done whatever they want to get done to them because of what they look like and who they are. You got Harvey Weinstein and all, and they're walking around free. But you got Bill Cosby in jail, and a woman that came out and admitted that she lied, but Bill Cosby still in jail. R. Kelly is fighting for his freedom. He done got muted. They're trying to mute Michael Jackson over stuff that happened so long ago. And this girl just admitted it, and she's getting off. She's gonna get off because they got too much invested in her. Like, let's just be honest. R. Kelly got accused. You know what I'm saying? He got off in the beginning because they was invested in him, but now he washed up and done. They're not trying to defend him no more. His fans are, but not the industry. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, you know, I ain't gonna hold it long. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy. You know what I'm saying? Cardi done did all kind of stuff. She done got slapped on the wrist for everything she do, and she gonna keep doing it until, you know, she become a has-been.
Right. All right. Well, thank you so much for calling in. I'm going to go on over to the next caller.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye. Okay. 843. What's your name? Where you calling from? And what's your take on this topic?
Good morning. My name is Aisha, and I'm originally from Newark, New Jersey. Currently, I reside in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. How are we doing this morning?
Doing great. Doing lovely. Feeling lovely.
Great. I have to say that this whole thing, a lot of people will ultimately disagree with me, but you have to look at the associations with other people. So let's just say, real quick, how can two people keep being together if they don't like what the other person is doing?
Wait, what?
Okay, so let's just say that you and I are friends, but you don't do the physical act that I do, but you still laughing at it. Okay, so Cardi B, and I have to tell you, God honest truth, I don't listen to any of her music. I listen to her like at night, like when she's like on late night TV, because her personality is just freaking amazing. Mm-hmm. When I seen that she started confessing what she was doing, I think that she was actually saying that, come on now, I'm doing a whole lot better than what I used to do. I don't do that stuff anymore. And you have to watch the platform that you actually giving the evidence to. I think that her platform really should have been at a church to where people can say, dang, she used to get down like that, but now look at God turned her around. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Not to say that it's right at all, because nothing that she did was right. I listened to another caller from Jersey, and she is absolutely right. When you deal with that dark world, you're in that dark world also. Mm-hmm. Now, my mother taught us something. People going to be laughing at me. My mother taught us something growing up in Newark, New Jersey. She said, let me show you how to cut a pimp and a whore. Ooh. Our mother would sit us down. Oh, she did not play. Ooh, she would sit us down.
From that alone, I can tell your mom was a piece of work. Go ahead.
Yes, my mother, she had 8 girls and 2 boys, and she did not want us to be taken advantage of. We are Black and Indian, so we have hips and we have behinds, and our shape is just freaking amazing. Okay. You know, and we come in like in all different colors of chocolate. Okay. You know. And so she said, this is how you cut a pimp and a whore. And she showed us how to open up a knife, a jackknife, and how you flip it around on your finger, and she would sit us down on the couch, and she would show us different angles on how to throw the jackknife in the wall.
But why not? But why for like just a pimp, not to defend yourself, like, you know what I'm saying, against everybody? Why specific? Okay, so my question is, why specifically was her like defense training for you guys specifically for pimps? Is what I'm trying to say. Why was it not for everybody? That's what I'm trying to say.
Thank you. So growing up in Newark, New Jersey, I'm 47. I was born in 71. Okay. And so growing up in Newark, New Jersey, we have always had people to take advantage of us, not because they think that we're slow, but because we know that we have more of the game to get, if that makes any sense. Okay. And so when you're dealing with sexual promiscuities on all different type of levels, you're actually dealing with a man that's still searching. Okay. This man or this woman is out there searching for something to be filled up on, for something for seeking gratification. Okay. Mm-hmm. And his gratification is, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to buy something because I'm going to feel worthy to have that. Okay. When you're dealing with the other side of that, they're not thinking like that. They like, look, I don't feel like open up my legs tonight. I'm just going to get what I'm going to get, and I'm going to keep going. Okay. So, and then the lady earlier had mentioned that when you're dealing with that dark world, you're in that world too. Mm-hmm. It's like 2 people going to court now. Now, in some places it's legal. 2 people going to court, right? And when 2 people go to court, God honest truth, this person wants their money for the weed that they sold. The judge looking at them like, you are absolutely freaking crazy if it's not, legal. But let me move on quickly because I know you have tons of followers, and you're such a beautiful person as well. Thank you. Personality inside. Tasha K actually pointed us out to you, okay? Mm-hmm. And I listened to Tasha because I'm always trying to help people get out of their stuck ruts. When you're dealing with sexual promiscuity, that's why I say a lot of people is not going to kind of go with me on this. You're dealing with hurt people who used to be hurt. My mother taught us how to do that for a reason and a reason only. I can't tell my mom's story. I can tell mine. Being molested and being molested and raped by the time I was 8 years old, and then burning down my freaking house because I believe that was wisdom for me to stop all the mess that was going on in my house. Ooh, wow. When you deal with a person that wants to get out, they're going to get out. Cardi got out of that lifestyle. Okay. She got out. She got out by what she knew. Now, let's move on. I want to say that people have ended up dead from trying to trick somebody. Okay? She ain't killed nobody. If they want to pursue this, pursue it on the level of drugging. Okay? Pursue it on the level of that. Okay? Because I think that they should have still been conscious. But she didn't know if they was going to kill her. It's either kill or be killed. Eat or get eaten. You know what I'm saying? So now let's quickly move on.
Okay, I'm gonna let you give your final thoughts, and then I'm gonna go because it's a lot of people on the line. So I'm gonna let you I'm gonna let you wrap up, give your final thoughts, and then I'm gonna go on over to the next caller.
So Bill Cosby is in jail, right? All his friends is dead. All his friends is dead. Okay. Other people was in the mix with that too. Cardi is still alive. All her friends basically are still alive. When you asking for people to start telling their truth, she got to start telling the other people too. I told you, I don't listen to none of their music. I read the news. Tekashi 6ix9ine, he did something that people do not agree with. He snitched. So now I want everybody to be aware of this right here. To be aware of this right here. When you reveal one thing, a lot of things are going to come out too. That's why I watch your program. I watch Sean Blazington. And I watch Tasha K because I believe that, God honest truth, I came to bring a spiritual perspective on this. That's why I don't listen to their music and I just read the news. Okay? You, Tasha, and a lot of other bloggers out there, y'all don't even realize the platform that God really has on y'all side. Y'all are to reveal and uncover a lot of different hidden things that's going on in a lot of people's lives. I listen to Tasha because if you look at Tasha, God, I put God first. Tasha always is revealing people that's out there hurting people in a sexual type of manner. You know what I'm saying? So I just came to bring a spiritual perspective on that side. How can two walk together except they are in agreement? People are going to be surprised that when they bring out a Cardi, quote unquote, this is their term now. Who's she going to drag out next? Like Tekashi 6ix9ine did.
Okay.
Y'all have a great day. Y'all keep up the good work. Yes, ma'am. You have a question for me?
No, that was it. I was going to say, all right. But go ahead.
Yeah.
But thank you for calling.
No, but you're welcome. And have an awesome day. And remember, how can two walk together except they be in agreement?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Have a great day.
All right. Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Bye.
All right. So I'm going to go to the next caller. There are a lot of callers on the line. I'm going to try to get to y'all fast. I'm gonna start trying to reel in because I be trying not to be rude so much, like and interrupt people, but I'm gonna start trying to like reel in the conversation a little bit quicker. And then hopefully you guys make your points a lot quicker. So I'm gonna answer these phone lines, but make your point on the topic a little bit quicker. Okay? All right. 305. Hello? Hello? 305? 305-546.
Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Hello?
Yeah. What's your name and where you calling from? Hi, I'm fine.
My name is Felicia. Sorry. My name is Felicia and I'm calling from Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
So hi, I just want to comment really quickly. I feel like at this point, Cardi B needs to be held accountable. And the only reason I feel this way is because, as one of the other callers mentioned, I've been following her for a while too, like back and forth, and I just don't agree with, the crazy things she does and gets away with it. I feel like she has a lot of following, even though she says, she's not a role model, blah, blah, blah. But being realistic, you have a lot of teenagers and younger women that follow you, and they're seeing that she does these things and she gets away with it. Mm-hmm. So I feel like at this point, by her admitting to it, like via video, like that's crazy. And I feel like she has to be made, an example has to be made so that they don't feel like, okay, Steve, this is what I'm saying. We can do this. We can do it. And they feel like that's their only way to be successful, because she is a big person in the industry and a lot of people are following her.
Right. So you just basically want it to be known that this is not okay, and for people not to look at that and view it as okay because that's how she got to where she was. That's basically what you're saying.
Right.
Okay.
Right. You know, and they keep in her what she's saying about the rap artists. You know, they glorified in their music or whatever, and they keep bringing up drug dealers. That is we don't know if it's true or not. I mean, some of them probably did, but at the same time, if they were selling drugs to someone, those were two consenting adults, just the same as prostitution. They're both illegal, but at the same time, that prostitute is willing to say, "Hey, if you give me some money, I'll have sex with you." That drug dealer is saying, "Hey, if you give me some money, I'll give you some drugs in return." However, when you talk about drugging someone and then robbing them, that's totally different, because that person is not aware of what's going on. So that's not a consenting person. And I never saw one time where she said that they said they were going to pay her for sex. She just simply said that she was going to, they wanted to have sex with her, so she would lure them back to the hotel. So that's not, I didn't hear anything about, they want to pay me for sex. You see what I'm saying? So I don't understand why people are saying soliciting. She never said that. I mean, I didn't hear that.
Right.
And men want to do, if they see you stripping naked or whatever, that's a man. I'm not excusing that, but I'm just saying they want to have sex with you. That's the image that you're painting as a stripper.
Right.
So I don't know where people are getting they were soliciting prostitution, so they're not going to come forward. That she never said that. Even if that was the case, that's not what she said. She said they want to have sex with me, so I will lure them back to the hotel and whatever. So I just feel like at this point, like I said, the first caller said, I'm just tired of her getting away with everything that she does is bad behavior, and she unfortunately is in the limelight of everyone. And no matter how much people try to say, well, that's your child, you're responsible for your child, they see this stuff. And unfortunately, a lot of girls, college students, high schools may feel like she keeps doing this stuff and it's okay, so it's okay for us to do as well. So that's all I really have to say.
Okay, thank you so much for calling in. I really do appreciate it, and I'm gonna go to the next caller. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I looked in the chat. Thank you, Bernadette, for the donation. She says, thanks for hearing me out. I had a lot more to say. Bless up, Nique. Powerful conversation. Love you. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Bernadette, for calling in, and thank you for the donation. So let me see. 267. 267, what's your name and where are you calling from? Hello? 267. Okay, I'm gonna go to the next one. 212. Hello?
Hello.
Hi, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, my name is Mika. I'm residing now in the Lower East Side, but I am born and raised in the Bronx. And I was born in Bronx Lebanon Hospital. I'm so Bronx, so Bronx, so Bronx. And the only thing that I have with Cardi B is that making me upset is that, the music that she portrayed is not who she is at all. And also she say that she's black. She's not black at all. I mean, her child may be half black. She may be married to a black guy, but she is not black, and she would never be black. And I just don't like her putting down my black people, especially saying she's black when she's not. When my grandparents, all four, come from the South. Little Rock, Georgia, Little Rock, Arkansas, Georgia, and both of my grandmothers is from South Carolina. And I just want to know why she's so hateful toward black females. And if they're not an ass kisser towards her, she don't want to deal with them. So to me, it's like you want to be black, you portray yourself as being black, but yet you hate black females. So to me, you jealous. And I just don't like her music. It's like little girls should not look up to her. She's not a role model for little girls. I know they said, well, she is who she is. Like, she stick true to herself, but she should also carry herself like in a professional manner. She wastes too much time on social media to be a star. You don't see Beyonce doing that. You don't see Alicia Keys putting in time and effort and arguing back and stuff. And she put her foot in her mouth in this last statement by telling herself by saying that she drugged men. It's other options, you know. All of my sisters finished school and went to college. They say in the Bronx, oh, she's so hood. She's from the Bronx. She grew up in the rough part. Baby, I'm from the Bronx, born and raised in the Bronx, Lebanon Hospital. And first of all, the part that she come from is from Dykeman. I'm going to keep it honest with you. And that's how I talk about that's the pussiest part in the Bronx. I know rougher hoods than that. I'm not going to call it out, but way rougher hoods. And she grew up all around her kind. On Dykeman is nothing but Dominicans. All I know it's known for is drug selling. So that image that she portrays, she just needs to be herself because I don't like the person that she is. I never liked her from the gate and never will like her.
Okay, so I'm gonna let you give your final thoughts and then I'm gonna go to the next caller.
My final thoughts is that, you know, she needs to stop going on the way that she is going on. And if she's gonna betray herself, if she's gonna keep it so real, like they said, oh, she's so good, keep it real and address the real. Like, you know, you don't write your music, you're not black, you're jealous of black females, but you want to be black. So she just needs to stay true to who she is, and the image is not. And if they could bring up Bill Cosby and R. Kelly past, they could bring up her past also. She did the crime, she need to do the time.
Right. Okay. Well, thank you so much for calling in. I'm going to go on to the next caller.
Okay, thank you.
And girl, rep that Bronx, okay? She repping that Bronx, ain't she? She ain't playing. She wants y'all to know Bronx, the hospital, the this, the that, the this, the that. Don't play with the Bronx. 267. Hello?
Is this 267? Hello?
Yeah. Hey.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I see you called back in, but because you wasn't saying that, I'm like, hello?
Wait, I couldn't understand how you was calling us. I thought you were doing the last word, and I was listening for that. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So my issue is, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm still hearing that other lady from the past, from the last caller. Okay, so here's my issue, right? I'm not a Cardi fan, and I'm from Philly. I think it's sad.
Hello?
Can you hear me? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Audio.
Go ahead. I can hear you.
I'm from Philly. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm from Philly, and I think it's a disgrace because I heard the last callers coming from nothing in Jersey, and this is exactly why we're engulfed in this opioid addiction already, because of people like Cardi B who glorifies that lifestyle. I know strippers, and I know hustlers, and I know people who robbed and killed and went to jail for 10 and 20 years for the same exact crime. They are locking people up without bodies for life. Bill Cosby is in jail for 38, 40-year-old crimes that they couldn't even, that he paid off and was supposed to be sealed, but he's sitting in jail now for 20 years about to die. Why do we keep covering up for this little girl? She doesn't like black people. She likes our men, but she really doesn't like the women. They're almost trying to make her look black, but not too black, so that she won't be kind of crucified. Why do we continue to make excuses? I think it's degrading what she does, along with a bunch of other ones, but I ain't going to focus on them, on her. How about we reach out to her sponsors? Something needs to be done. This is blatantly biased, gender, racial, and gender, like it is said.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just think something needs to be done. I'm not a part of youth. I actually skirt the line where I could vibe to the new music and the old music. But the new music is so much of women degrading themselves, selling their pussy. This is why men don't respect it. This is exactly why black men don't respect it. And for all the women who saying, oh, Cardi this, Cardi that, she's really not. She really doesn't care. She's not talented. She's never been talented. I really feel like they built her. Well, they did. They built her to compete with Nicki Minaj because she's unapologetic. She's unapologetic, and she's true to who she is sometimes. But this little character that they built from being just as raunchy, like, this is not fair. And we're watching it really play out. Like, I want everybody to pay attention to this because after they finish with the Bill Cosbys and the R. Kellys, they're coming for your son. And sadly, we don't got R. Kelly and Bill Cosby money. So when they come for our sons, they won't get them because we won't stand up for nothing. We keep falling for everything. This little girl is a mess. I've never liked her from day one because I felt like she degraded the culture, her culture, our culture, just women in general. Like, she's a glorified side chick from Love and Hip Hop. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
well, I'm gonna let you give your
cheating on us. My final viewpoint is we need to mute her. We need to reach out to Pepsi. We need to reach out to Reebok. We need to reach out to every sponsor, Grammys, Billboard Music, all of them, because something needs to be done. They tearing Michael Jackson's legacy down, and he was innocent.
He was innocent, and he was investigated for 10 years by the FBI. They didn't find nothing, and we still muted him, and that man ain't did nothing. But we let this little ranchy trumpet from the Bronx, so she said, like, it's just a lie. This is ridiculous.
Okay.
I think you're cool. Tasha put me on to you, and I appreciate you. I thought you was a Barbie thing because some of your content was seen to promote her, but I'm not even asking you to pick a side. I'm just asking you to be realistic. And reality is right in front.
You said you thought I was a who fan? What'd you say?
I thought you was a Barbie fan. I thought you was a Cardi fan because of some of your content. But I'm asking, if you go on your platform today and make those same omissions that she did, they'll take your channel down and they will lock you up. And I want to touch on what that lady said about them messing up when you put surviving Cardi. That happened to me too. My computer shut down yesterday.
Really?
That's crazy. It got nothing to do with nothing, but I was really trying to post on one of these networks and I was emailing. I lied to you not, and everything I love, my computer shut down.
Oh wow, that's crazy. Well, thank you. Thank you for calling in. I appreciate it, and I'm gonna go to the next caller.
Clear. I was rambling from network. Thank you.
All right, bye. Okay, so let's see. Marcy Bolin just donated. Thank you. She said, Nique, what's that lip gloss / product you got on your lips, mama? ? And shout out to the caller from the X. I was born in the Bronx, Lebanon too, baby. The lip color that I have is Ruby Woo from MAC. So it's Ruby Woo. And then over the top of it, I put this gloss right here, which is Sephora. And this is, let's see if there's a color, Manuka. So it's this Sephora lip gloss, and the color is 42 Manuka. But the bottom color is Ruby Woo from MAC. And thank you for the donation. Okay, so I'm gonna go on over to the next caller. It's 8 more callers on the line. I'm gonna get through all of you guys that are on the line, and then I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm not gonna take any more callers after the 8 that are here right now. So let me make a note of who is the last caller, just in case somebody else call in. Cause okay. So I'm gonna just take these next calls, and then I'm gonna wrap this up. I do appreciate all of you guys for tuning in and giving your thoughts on this topic and creating dialogue. I think giving dialogue like this is really healthy. So that you can hear the viewpoints of everybody around the world. Everybody can give their perspective on this, and we can have a conversation about the actual issues at hand in regards to certain topics. This topic today is Cardi B. The next topic, could be somebody else, but it's just healthy to have these conversations, about these issues or whatever. So 347, hello, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, my name is Annie from Harlem.
Hi. There's a lot of New Yorkers. Hey, shout out to New York. I did not realize it was that I had that many viewers. Like almost all the calls is from New York. Dang, that's crazy. But yeah, what's your take on this?
I love your show.
Thank you.
You're very beautiful.
Thank you.
But I wanted to talk about the issue that I have with Cardi is the fact that Cardi B is looked up to by a lot of young girls, and I'm 33, so I have a daughter, and she's 12, and my daughter tells me basically all the little girls in her school look up to Cardi B, so I got a kind of an inside view with the children, and I see the way that she affects them, and it bothers me the things that she goes out and says in public, what I'm saying that you drug men and you rob them, come on, that could have been kept to yourself, because there's little girls that's gonna see that and glorify it, and their outcome might not be like your outcome. You might have made it there, but they might be dead somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I just think it's just disgusting the way they glorify this nasty life. You know what I'm saying? People gotta do what they gotta do. I'm not saying that crucify her nothing, but I see that they're glorifying it. It's even the fact that they gave her that Grammy, and they always saying stuff like, "Oh, she not Lauryn Hill and this and that." I feel like they're trying to kind of take away Lauryn Hill's legacy, because she was more like a conscious type of rapper, And like this generation don't have that. Like when I was growing up, we had Little Kim, but we also had people like Lauryn Hill. We had
keep talking. I gotta go grab my charger, but I can hear you. I gotta grab my charger. My phone went dead. But keep on talking.
Okay. Yeah, so we had like a balance because we had people that were conscious, and then we also had like the street rappers. So like in my time, like I love Little Kim, but I also love Lauryn Hill. But I had that different perspective. Like you know what I'm saying? Like maybe you should be more conscious than to just be like trying to get male attention and stuff like that. This generation don't have that. They just looking up to like Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, and stuff like that, and it's very detrimental to our young girls. It's terrible, actually. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't knock her, get your money, but I think you got to look at the bigger picture. And I feel like, people just look at it like, oh, lock her up. Yeah, that's all right. But still, the message was still put out there. So what's going to happen to these young girls?
Right. So you're saying basically like, even though people saying lock her up, she's already impressed the young girls by, stating these things. I'm going to let you give your final thought, and then I'm going to go to the next caller. The young girls.
My final thought is we need to stop building up these artists to get to where they are. When we see that it's nonsense that they do it, we should stick to the music and the talent and stop building them up, because when you build them up to that high, it's going to be hard to bring them down. Now everybody's going crazy. Oh, let's bring us all this. Come on, why you go to up there in the first place? Like, it's just nonsense. You know what I'm saying? And watch your kids, because a lot of kids is out here getting raped and killed. Stop letting your kids watch these things. Pay attention to your children. That's all I got to say.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for calling in. I really, really appreciate you. You dropped some definitely good points on this subject. Thank you for calling in.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye. Jet Life Media Entertainment, thank you for the donation. Let's see. Let's go to 206. What's your name? Where you calling from? And what are your thoughts on this topic?
Hello?
Yes.
Hello? Hi, Nique. I'm calling from Seattle, but I used to live in New York.
Okay. It's a lot of New York, but hey, shout out to Seattle. What's your take on this topic?
All right. First of all, Cardi's not black. She's black when convenient. She's black for her pay. She's black to make money. She never claimed to be black or accepted it until people started questioning her about using the N-word. So she has to come up with something quick. Yes, I'm young. I said something. Anyway, but black people need to stop accepting anybody and everyone that has a hint of African ancestry as one of us, because Cardi benefits from being not black, but hold on.
So basically, I'm gonna help you out a little bit. So what you're trying to say is she benefits from being black when it's convenient, but what you're saying is her being Afro-Latina and
I wouldn't even consider her Afro-Latina. Cardi is like maybe 10% African. Just like Cardi's black, then a lot of black people are white, because there's some black people that have 10% European. So that's not right. Cardi's parents, both of them, physically don't look black. If you saw them on the street, they look Mexican. So how the hell is she black? And then second of all, Cardi likes sympathy. She likes people to feel sorry for her. She acts like she grew up a single mother of 4 kids, struggling as hell. That's not the case. Cardi had 2 working parents. She had a home, and she only had 1 sibling. So they didn't even struggle that bad. Cardi, she even talked about that by the age of 21. She had $20K in her bank. Like, where's the struggle at? She chose to strip because she wanted the easy life, easy money. If she really wanted, she could have just got a job at a freaking Red Lobsters like Nicki Minaj did, but she didn't. She wanted to rob people and do that stuff. And she even talked about when she told her mom that she was stripping, her mom pushed her down the stairs and kicked her out the house. So she had a home. So all she did was just a job. And then second, what am I going to say? And another thing, I think she's being used to push black women out of the industry, out of rapping, out of the music, because because of colorism. Colorism is very, very alive in the industry, and Cardi's being used for it. And then the fourth thing, Cardi doesn't even like black women, because if you look at all the black people, women, the women she beefed with, they're all black or dark skinned. The women she called roaches or called their children monkeys, or the ones she comes at, they're always black. She never beefed with Mexican, other Latino, because she sees black women as I don't know, her competition, or people that she feels she's better than. And if you look at Cardi's passport, it will not say black anything. It will say Latina, Hispanic. That's it. So why do we claim her to be black? I don't understand. She doesn't even feel that in her own. And Dominican is not black. Some of them are majority of percentage of Dominicans not even black. So why everyone be like, well, she's Dominican, she's black? That's fucking ignorant. Sorry, I cursed. That's so ignorant.
Okay, I'm gonna let you wrap it up though. But go ahead.
Anyway, that's all I had to say. But anyways, bye. Anyway, I'm 16. Sorry, I know I sound young. I'm reading the comments. I'm 16, but I'm educated and I'm not dumb. And a lot of people my age, they listen to Cardi, and a lot of us don't really like her at all, because she's a bad role model. She doesn't we don't look up to her. Only the Hispanics at my school do, but the black girls were not. But I think anyway, I gotta go. Bye.
Bye. Thank you for calling in. Shout out to William for donating, and shout out to Ms. Parker Lynn. Thank you guys for the donation as well. See, and that's another thing too. A lot of people, and I hate to bring up R. Kelly, but they use some of the girls' ages as them being 18 or whatever, and they saying well, they were this young. Well, that caller right there just proves that just because you 18, 17, 16, you got sense. You got sense. You got sense. And she proved that, you know what I'm saying? You got sense. So 214, what's your name? Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Texas.
Okay, what's your take on this whole Cardi B thing? And thank you guys. The last of you that are on the line, y'all been holding on. I appreciate it.
Okay, I want to say videos that Cardi B came out with, or they showing now, is what made her what she is now. So why everybody trying to bring stuff now? Just like the R. Kelly situation, y'all wasn't looking at it back then, so why are you trying to bring it up now? Not saying that you shouldn't look it up now, but just the point of, Tasha K trying to make it about, it's about she's suing her because said she was prostituting or whatever. I really feel like she's suing you because you were saying she had herpes. You got videos saying that you was a prostitute, yeah, but you have no video saying that you had herpes or whatever. So I feel like Cardi B is gonna win the lawsuit because of that. Tasha K dragged her, really dragged her, and said some, everybody knows Tasha K lied about some of the shit she say. It's just why? How could you you two believe anything, and y'all make your own opinion on everything, and everybody seem this person did this, and you don't even know me, or you don't even know Cardi B. How can y'all say that she racist because she called black women roaches when a roach to me, I'm from Texas, so a roach to me is somebody that's asking me for a bite of my food. Man, stop roaching, that. But I don't feel like she racist or anything like that. I just feel like that's how she is, and why complain about it now when y'all wasn't complaining about it when she was running up the charts? And I feel like Nicki Minaj's album was better than Cardi's, period. And I feel like she should have got the #1 spot, and that's all.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate you calling in. I want to hear everybody's perspective on this. And I think people who are in support of Cardi, I think they probably were intimidated to call in because not many people you know, were like, you know, taking up her that much. There were a lot, but there were more that weren't. So I appreciate you calling in and giving your perspective. I'm gonna go to the next caller.
Okay, thank you.
All right, bye-bye. Okay, 561. Hello, what's your name? Where you calling from?
How you doing, Nick? This is Octavius calling from South Florida.
What's up? Hey, I think you called the other day, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
I called I think a few days ago, I think.
Yeah.
But
I remember the name.
Yeah. I remember your name too.
Mm-hmm.
I actually started following you on Instagram also. But yeah, anyway, I just want to weigh in on this. I totally believe that it has a lot to do with colorism.
Mm-hmm.
And it has a lot to do with race. You know, because like I'm from South Florida, and I deal with a lot of Dominicans. I worked with them before. And a lot of them, some of the ones that are black even deny the fact that they are of African descent. They'll tell you they have a Spaniard descent.
Mm-hmm.
They actually celebrate Christopher Columbus. You know, Christopher Columbus is buried in the Dominican Republic, and they celebrate that. And Christopher Columbus was an oppressor.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? And we all know that. But at the end of the day, just going back to it, like Cardi B, I'm trying to make it short. You know, like one thing I can say about these three women, Star Marie, which is a friend of mine, Tasha K, and Cardi B, they are all entitled women. You know what I'm saying? And you look at these people, they are successful far as their looks. You know, some of them got good looks, some of them got good money, some of them just got a good following, like Tasha K, and she's on the rise. And the thing is, what black women have to understand your power, who you support. You get what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you're gonna end up finding out that all your people that you had that have black wealth that can help you. I went to college at Bethune-Cookman College, and Bill Cosby bought the business building at Bethune-Cookman College and helped pay for a little bit of each student that went to that school. You get what I'm saying? Now we don't have that powerhouse in our community anymore. You know what I mean? We had even with Nicki Minaj, like I didn't really follow, but I heard something about she was giving out $25,000 to some of the people she was helping out, and she helped people through school. You know what I mean? And now you have someone that's identified with their community, and I can't call Cardi selfish if she start looking out for her community. You know, you see she's latching on to J-Lo. She want to move into the movie thing. You know what I'm saying? Look at J-Lo years ago in the early 2000s. She was hanging out with Puff Daddy. She was all into black culture. Now she's like this super Latina star. You know what I mean? Like she's so beyond all that. You don't see her with black guys anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like she's dealing with high end Spanish guys. She done got up out of there. You know what I mean? And black people are giving too many people a platform and giving too many spots and crowns to people that don't deserve it. But the thing about it, these people are still entitled to what you don't value. You know what I'm saying? And that's why a lot of people in our community are in the degradation that they're in, is because of the fact that they are not protecting their seats. This is your seat. Even with Nique sitting there for another 20 years, she helped your community. What has Cardi did for you outside of just represent, you know what I'm saying, girl power? You know what I mean? And toxic femininity. You feel me? So, yeah, it's a big double standard. And then I also believe there's people backing this toxicity. And I also believe this is a prelude to a genocide. Like even with all the things she's talking about, like letting men ejaculate in her rear end, which is a very easy way to contract HIV. You know what I'm saying? That's death.
I'm gonna let you make your final point, and then go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just gonna cut it short. But yeah, just like the things that this woman has been promoting has been pretty much nothing but death. You know what I mean? For like if you're a girl, you're out there trying to run the game on these tricks and Johns, you know what I mean? They wise to the game, and you might find yourself on first 48. You know what I mean? If you got that's your daughter, it's real out there, man. It's rough. I was on a jury trial last year for something similar where a girl got killed by a boyfriend with drugs involved. So it's real out there. You know, y'all take care of yourselves and protect what's yours. That's all I can tell you.
All right. Thank you so much for calling in.
All right.
All right. 323. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, peace. I'm calling from Cali.
Okay, Dad, we finally got somebody on my side of town. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else been like East Coast. Shout out.
I've been waiting to have this conversation. I bullet pointed so we can get to it. So you ready?
I'm ready, girl. I'm ready.
All right. So off top, I think a lot of people are getting effed up race, nationality, and culture. So people need to go ahead and Google and get their little education on race, nationality, and culture, because Cardi has a little piece or a smidget of black, which is still questionable because if you Google her parents, she ain't got none of that. So moving on from there, we talking about black. What is not being discussed is how our black men are being fetishized by other nationalities and races of men. Okay? What is messed up about this situation is that they know our men are not educated and they are operating in self-hatred, and that's the reason why they let these women do all this stuff to them or whatever. And what people are not recognizing is that when it comes to her, there was a whole nother video in regards to her talking about how when she would date whatever nationality of man that she was dating, particularly she said already in the past, oh, she predominantly fucks with black dudes, excuse my French, how she was saying that when they do her dirty, that she take them out, she have a funky old good time with them, she get them drunk, she perk them up on Percocet, okay? That's a whole nother video. She perk them up on Percocet, and then she take them back to the hotel, and then she had sex with them with trans people, a trans woman. And she said it twice in that video. Nobody's talking about that, okay? And then in addition to that, when she says that, at the end of the day, nobody's addressing it. And first and foremost, that's disrespect to black men. And who is going to come forth and say, oh, you know what? She drugged me and I had a trans person.
Well, I'm gonna interject really quickly. Okay, so I know the video that you're talking about, and the video, she didn't say that she actually carried that out, and which it don't make it right, because it's like, what the heck was like, why would you even say that or do that? What she said was wait. What she said was a hypothetical in relations to a situation as a get back. So she said if her boyfriend cheated on her, she would get back at them by being with, by drugging them with perk or filling them up with perks or whatever she said. And then she would have a threesome with them, and then have the transgender person do sexual acts on her boyfriend, and then when he wakes up, she would reveal that they had threesome with the transgender. I just wanted to correct that part, but go ahead.
Okay, not respect that. I'm gonna give you that. But see, this is the thing. What we're not understanding is at that level of calculation. She is calculating. If she can formulate something like that in her mind, then that means she's capable of doing it. So let's just go keep it all the way funky with that. You know what I'm saying? So moving forward. Now, the disrespect of black women, how she's called us roaches and monkeys and this, that, and the third, that's out of pocket. And for the trans community, you know what I'm saying? You making the trans community look bad by even, and I'm not a trans, I'm a 100% natural black woman or whatever. But the thing is, I think it's making the trans community look bad to a certain degree, because she's dragging them into a situation of her calculation. We're not looking at how calculated her mind can be. So she's telling herself on how diabolical she can be and how savage she can be. Number two on that. So all I'm saying is, at the end of the day, when it comes down to this woman, she definitely needs to be counseled. She definitely needs to be counseled. You know what I'm saying? Because she does not respect what little piece of black she does have in her. Once again, we need to reference race, nationality, and culture and what that is or whatever. And she is the poorest caricature of what black women are. But still and yet, they like to lump her into who the hell we are when we are a multifaceted culture group of women or whatever. And so with that being said, whatever happens to her needs to happen to her. We need to keep that same energy we have for R. Kelly. We need to keep that same energy we had for Weinstein, and we need to keep that same energy we had for Bill Cosby when it comes to what's going on with her. Because the bottom line to it is this: when it comes to being a dancer, and I know dancers, and I have experience dealing with dancers, let me tell you, these girls got money and was going to school, they were educated, and then there was the other one. We was out there hoeing and tricking and whatever. But guess what? These girls had it popping. They didn't have to drug niggas and take their money. And every time she talked about a black man, you knew she was talking about a black man because she called niggas. So she is singling out black men specifically. Brothers need to wake up and recognize that these other nationalities of women are fetishizing them and not loving them. They're not putting them on the pedestal because they're great fathers and they're loving husbands and they're having great relationships with them. They're talking about their black dick and their swag only and what money they got. Brothers need to wake up to the game as well. That's all I got to say, sis. And you know what? I found your channel on my stream this morning. I ain't never seen you before, but I had to speak out on this.
Oh, thank you for calling. Thank you for catching me, and thank you for calling in. I appreciate it.
All right, pieces.
All right, bye-bye. Okay, we are down to the last two callers. We have another 323. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hi, my name is Maisha.
Hi, Maisha. Where you calling from and what's your take on this topic?
Girl, let me get straight to the point, honey. Let me say this. I'm from I was in Long Beach. I'm in LA now. So it's 323. What's up?
Hey, Callie in the house.
Exactly. So look, here's the point. This is what bothers me. Everybody's talking about the race. Everybody's talking about the trends. Everybody's talking about all this other stuff. How come we can't just focus on the main thing of what she's doing and how she got to the top? The main focus is simply this. She did what Charlamagne did. She did what Rick Ross did. She did what Lil Wayne did. Bill Cosby and R. Kelly. They put pills in people's drinks. She was on social media. The funny thing about her was she's on social media braggadocious about what she did to get to the top. Now, Pepsi, they sponsor her. VMA Awards, they called her the best rapper, #1. I mean, I look at it like this. Despite what she's doing, yeah, it's crafty, it's messy, she shouldn't be doing it. But the main focus is this, simply. How come nobody's paying attention to all of her actions? Her actions is what got her in this problem. See, shout out to my girl, Tasha K. I love her. I love you, too. I watch you all the time, girl. Let me tell you something. It's really sad when you see somebody picking a fight with somebody that you don't know who has ammo against you. Her biggest problem was coming up against Tasha K. When she went up against Tasha K, see, when she was arguing with Nicki Minaj, the story wasn't so bad about her. But then when she went up against Tasha K, see, her problem was putting her business out there in the beginning, thanks to social media, thanks to new technology of today. She put her business out there, and when you talk crazy to somebody, you got to be careful what you put out in there in the past. And when it came back to bite her in her ass, now she's looking at the situation and saying, oh, and everyone else as well, oh, it's about race. Let's stop attacking the race, because, see, race, it probably play a part, but it really doesn't. What she did plays a factor, okay? She talked about what she did to men in general. Forget about the race. For her to even disrespect men in general just to get what she wants, and then she's on top. So you got to look at Pepsi and say, why is Pepsi supporting this? Now that all this information is out, how come all these people supporting it? So now, at the end of the day, now we just need to boycott. We need to get her off the list. Like they got R. Kelly off, like they got Rick Ross and Lil Wayne, they lost all their sponsors. She needs to lose her sponsors too. And anybody that stand behind her, despite the ethnicity of what she's speaking on, her actions is what she spoke on, what got her crafty to the top. So I'm not going to drag long on it, because I know it's probably somebody else, or if I'm the last one. I just want to say it's sad when her actions is not being talked about more. Eliminate the color. Let's talk about her actions. She on video talking about tricking people. You know what I'm saying? That's not cool. Now she should be in jail for, putting pills in people's drinks. Like, there's some gentleman out there right now, and he's like, okay, well, I'm one of them that she drugged. Now, what happens if once somebody put a pill in her drink or in her child's drink? I mean, I hate to say that, but it's true. Karma's a son of a gun. You know, I'm not going to disrespect your channel, but it's a son of a gun for anybody to do that. So at the end of the day, I'm just going to say this. I believe your name is Nicole. Look, Queen, check it out.
Wait, whose name is Nicole?
Oh, Nicole?
Nique, not Nicole.
Yeah, I apologize, Nique. Look, at the end of the day, she shouldn't be doing what she's doing. Everybody should focus on her actions of what she did and say, let's get her out of here, because if she don't like black people or she just like black men or whatever, that's her preference or whatever. It don't matter. Her actions is what we need to stop, because if little girls is following behind her, here's what's going to take place. They're going to start putting pills. You might as well call her a little Momo, like the little Momo thing that was going on. You might as well call her that, because she's telling little young girls to do exactly what Momo was telling little children to do. Go and kill your parents. Go and put pills. I mean, that's no different. So at the end of the day, we should boycott her, not because of her not liking black women. Let's look at it. We got a lot of black people that don't like black women today. We got different ethnicities for that. But let's look at her actions and her being braggadocious about getting over on men and being crafty just so she can get to the top. I mean, you should never, if you know that you're that good as an artist, you should never have to put a pill in nobody's drink to get what you need sexually or financially.
All righty. Well, thank you so much for calling in. I'm going to take the next caller. I hear you.
You have a blessed day, and I thank you for putting this up live, because you know what? You and Tasha K are the only two that speaks the real. The rest of these bloggers, I don't even care for it. Every time you and Tasha K come up, I'm like, you know what? They spitting the real. So thank you, and I appreciate you, and you keep up the good work, Queen.
All right. Thank you so much for calling in. All right. 857. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, baby. My name is Lisa from Philly. How y'all doing?
Hey,
how you doing, baby?
It's a lot of Philly that called too. Dang, it's a lot of Philly that called.
Philly in the MSN house. Can I just ask you a question first? You remind me so much of my daughter. How old are you?
Girl, you want me to tell my age? No, I'm just kidding. No, a lot of people. My age. Wait, huh? What's that?
I said, go ahead.
Oh, I am.
You don't have to tell me, Nick. I just want to compliment you. You remind me of my daughter. You're very smart, and I like the fact that you know how to critically think. You don't just take what you get and call it words. You analyze that shit, break it down to the last compound, and I like you. I really do. I can feel your spirit. You're really sweet, baby girl.
Thank you. But I'm gonna answer your question though, and then I'm gonna let you give it. I am 32 years old. So
girl, you look 24. My daughter just turned 29.
Okay, yeah, I'm 32.
But listen, you just have. Okay, let me just get my thoughts. This is the last thing. I'm gonna wrap this up. With the Cardi, I like the fact that you look at everything and then you look at the bigger picture. You know, I didn't like Cardi at first because she reminded me of my cousin. But I think what happened is she got into this what you call celebrity world and didn't know how to act. You know what I'm saying? And doesn't know how to act. But I think as an older black woman, and I'm 48, I'm born 1971, and for all you chicks calling people old on here, you bitches wish you can get to this age. Trust me, that woman from today that told you about how her mama raised you, yeah, we were raised by some strong women. So all that, if you get to 48, y'all holler at me. And then y'all look at y'all saying, calling everybody old. Baby, I'm not old. Look at my picture. That's me. That's my hair. Listen, we just experienced, and thank God we made it this far. And I want to touch on one thing. Forgive me for jumping, but I'm so excited. The thing where they was talking about Cardi with the black. Listen, when it all comes down to it, white is white, and any other color is just the opposite. So we really do need to come together on that. I'm praying because, you know, I don't know. Say something right now to me, Nick. Ask me a question.
What's your take on this whole Cardi thing?
Thank you. With that, you know, listen. This is what I'm saying. Like, okay, we want to put her out there, yes, but they're doing it to Bill. They did it to Michael. I don't agree with what she did. You know what I'm saying? But who of those who have not sinned cast the first stone? Trust me. How much of us did some dirt? Listen, if you're 48, you done did some things to get to where you are. You understand? I was in the game until like I had my children, and I said, nope, I've got to do better. And I went to school, became a nurse, blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? So we've all have did some things. If you know, if you don't look at it, they're coming at all of us. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what we need to really focus on, because it's really us against them. Another thing I just want to say.
Wait, I'm gonna pause you real quick. Somebody said Nique don't look 40. I'm not 43. I'm 32.
No,
so.
I'm 48.
The caller
Nique is 22. Nique at night is 22.
No, I'm 32. I'm 32.
No, I thought, hey, you're 22. Don't say it, man.
Oh, but go ahead and give your final thought.
My final thought is that my final thought is this, Nique. You know, first, this is what is really bothering me on this post, and it ain't so much on the Cardi topic. It's this division that we're going through. You know what I'm saying? Old and this young and this old shit. That's really what got me upset. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know the strength it takes to make it to 48 with all the things that we have gone through. You understand? And I pray that each of my Black sisters reach, you know, this level of understanding. And trust me, I'm not done. I got a lot more learning to do. It's about my children. My daughter's 29. She got a master's. She's in California living a good life. But I got a 12-year-old. And like I was saying, it's hard to not let her listen to that. She get in the car and it come on the radio and she know the words. I'm like, what the fuck you know them words? But it's in school. And she's in a good school. So when people say, oh, I don't let my kids in, listen, I'm one of the best parents. You know why? Because there's a 12-year age difference between my first three and this last one. So I've learned from my mistakes. You feel me? So it's hard. The internet, this whole thing, and it's like, I wish it can get back to the real music. I don't need to see Cardi rubbing on her fucking coochie and singing all this. Like, we got to get back to the real music. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm trying to teach my daughter. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get her interested in stuff that made sense. You know what I'm saying? Public Enemy, KRS-One, stuff that's harder. You know what I'm saying? That actually hit a message. That's why I like Danny Devastation. Her rap, listen, she's awesome. You know, we need to just look at some real rappers and really kind of get behind them and support them. Sorry for being all over the place, baby. I just love you.
It's okay.
I wish you continued success.
All right. Okay? Thank you so much. I appreciate you for calling.
Thank you, baby.
Okay, bye-bye. Okay, so that is all of the calls. I appreciate everybody for calling. While there were some of the callers that were calling in, there were a couple donations that had went by the screen, and so I had jotted down the name. So I want to thank Ira for the donation. I want to thank DJ Tyson for his donation, and I want to thank Babe Sienna X for her donation. Those are some of the donations that I had seen going across the screen while some of the callers were talking. I have to go now, but thank you all for calling in and weighing in on this topic. Those guys who did not catch this video while it was live, I want to hear what you guys think about this in the comment section. Be respectful. We don't have to agree to disagree. We don't have to always agree. Like, sometimes we can agree to disagree, and we can be respectful in our viewpoints. So on that note, I'm going to end this video. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate all of you guys in the chat. This was great dialogue. Yes, great dialogue. And I just realized that there were so many people who are watching my channel from New York. I didn't know that it was that many people from New York. So shout out to everybody who called all around the world. I think it was like Seattle, Philly, Texas, Florida. It was like people calling from Cali, where I am. It was people calling from all over. So thank you all for calling in. And like I said, if you guys did not catch this live, I want to know what you think in the comment section. Well, before you got to this point, I know you probably already, typed, if you whatever. But yeah, and if you like my content, if you like my videos, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Be sure to share my channel. And I am on other platforms as well. I'm on Instagram and I'm on Facebook. So if you type in Nique at Night on Instagram, I'll pop up. And if you type in Nique at Night on Facebook, I'll pop up. So with that being said, some people are shouting out where they are: DMV, Florida. Rep where you are: Chicago, okay, VA, DMV. Let's see, North Carolina and South Carolina, Dallas, Texas. All right, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, everywhere. Brooklyn in the house. I see everybody. So thank y'all for tuning in. Yeah. Peace.